Okay, today we're going to solve using cross products. Okay, this is the butterfly, if you remember from 6th and 7th grade math. And so what we're going to do before we just dive into butterfly method or cross products, what I want to make sure that you check first, because this will save you a ton of time. I feel like this is kind of not a cheat. I just feel like it's working smarter, not harder. Okay, when you look at this, automatically you might be like, oh, I have to do cross products because I don't know what to multiply 6 by to make 8. Okay, which is true, and cross products would be fine. You could do 15 times 8, which is what? 120, divide it by 6, get 20, and that would be fine. Okay, or what can you simplify 6 over 15 to? Right, before we do cross products, what we want to check for is like this one, they're both divisible by 3. So I can simplify this to 2 over 5. And now look how simple. 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, so even though this is a lesson on cross products, and cross products will work every time, they're fantastic, I just want to make sure that before you do cross products, see if you can simplify your fraction first, because sometimes you can do that and avoid cross products altogether. Okay, but let's talk about when you can't avoid cross products, like number 2. Okay, because obviously 4 times 2, okay, is 8, but what's happening down here, right? I have variables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up cross products. X minus 3 times 4. Okay, so 4 times x minus 3 equals x times 8, which is 8x. Okay, we're going to do the distributive property just like we've done a bunch of other times, right? So that's 4x minus 12 equals 8x. I only want variables on one side, so I'm going to go ahead and just subtract 4x from both sides. So now I have negative 12 equals 4x. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and I get negative 3 equals x. And remember, I've talked about how much I love equations because you can check, right? You can check and see if you're correct. So I'm going to plug in a negative 3. 4 over negative 3 equals 8 over negative 3 minus 3. So let's look. 4 over negative 3 equals 8 over, what should it be? Negative 6, right? Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. So I know that I got it right. Let's look at number 3. Okay, on number 3, same idea, right? I'm going to do my cross products. So 3 times x minus 6 equals x times 2, which is 2x. Okay, and I'm going to do my distributive property again. So 3 times x is 3x, minus 3 times 6 is 18, and that equals 2x. And I'm just going to go ahead and take away these 3 x's. And now I have negative 18 equals 2 minus 3 is negative 1x. Okay, but I don't want negative 1x, I just want regular 1x, right? Just x. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1, and I get 18 equals x. So let's plug it in and see. Okay, I'll do it up here. 3 over 18 equals 2 over, what's 18 minus 6? 12. I can check this with cross products. Oh, you couldn't see any of that. I said 3 over 18, right, equals 2 over 18 minus 6 is 12. 18 times 2 is 36. 12 times 3 is 36. Bam, I know I got it right. Okay, this would be a good time if you wanted to really test yourself, okay, to pause your video, try this, and then come back. Okay, so let's do our cross products. I'm going to do negative 5 times 16.5 plus 3x equals 3 times 0.9 minus x. So major distributive property happening. Okay, -5 times 16.5. I know that 10 times 16.5 would be 165, so this is going to be half of that, and it's going to be 82.5. And then -5 times 3 is going to be -15x. Okay, and again, you could write that as plus negative. 3 times 0.9 is 2.7 minus 3 times x is 3x. Okay, I feel like the hard part's kind of over here. So what I'm going to do, I do not want this 3x, so I'm going to go ahead and add 3x to both sides, right? Because I don't want x's over here. So now I have -82.5 minus 12x equals 2.7. So now I have to get rid of this -82.5 by adding 82.5 to both sides. So this cancels, and I have -12x equals, let's just add it here, 7 plus 5 is 12, 2, 4, 5, 8. Okay, so 85.2. And now you're like, what? There's still more. Okay, so we have to do 85.2. I'm going to do it over here real small. Divided by 12. Okay, 12 goes into 85 7 times. That's 84. I'm going to subtract, bring down a 2. 12 goes into 12 once, and that's done. So I was dividing it by negative. So 85.2 divided by -12 is -7.1.